power circle mentality.
Welcome to the PCM, Power Circle Mentality Podcast, Episode 1.
My name is Bruce. I'm a creative. I do photography, video work, BC2 Productions. That's me. Pretty much anything creative, I'm your guy.
All right, my name is Steven Bernard, born and raised Detroit, Michigan, 24 years old. About 5 years ago, I moved from Detroit to Ohio. And by moving there, I learned a lot. Learned about stocks and about entrepreneurship, and that's what pushed me to try to create this with these guys and try to create a platform where we could give back to you guys and ascend to the next level while we're doing it. So that's basically a little bit about me and why I'm doing this.
All right, I'm Keon, born and raised in Detroit. I graduated from Grosse Pointe North. Right now I'm enrolled at Macomb Community College. I got a semester left for my cybersecurity degree. Pretty excited for that. I got a business, a delivery business I'm working on right now as well, so I'm pretty excited for that too. And I'm just happy to be here with the guys and talk about, everything.
All right. Vince, born and raised in Detroit. I have a construction and design business. I grew up doing contracting work, and I went to school for architecture. Went to Detroit Mercy for architecture. Worked at an architecture firm for about 5 years, and now I'm into investing, and that's how I, came with these guys, and we all went to school together.
So my name is Romero. I'm currently 24 years old. I have 2 semesters left until I graduate at Ferris State University with my bachelor's in business administration. I'm currently an investor in stocks and crypto. I'm in the midst of opening up an online business. So I really got a lot of love with these guys. They are successful guys, and I know that we're gonna do very well on this. I got high hopes. And then I didn't say how old I was or where I came from, but I kind of rushed into it. But I'm 22 years old, and I also was born and raised in Detroit, and I graduated from Thurston High.
So that's basically a little bit about us. So we're all aspiring entrepreneurs. So since we're all aspiring entrepreneurs, the first thing I want to talk about was, why should everybody look into ownership? Even if not looking into entrepreneurship, right? Why should they look into ownership? Investing in real estate, owning real estate properties, owning stocks, owning crypto. Why should people look for other streams of income outside of the 9 to 5?
It just gives you that leverage.
Okay.
It just gives you better leverage. You can work at your own time.
What do you mean by leverage? Do you mean more freedom, like with your finances?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say more freedom.
Okay. Right.
Like just in time wise, like in your money wise. You're not being told to like for me, like I work a 9 to 5.
Right.
So I have to get up at a certain time.
Absolutely right.
But once you're your own boss, like Vincent, you set your own hours, in your own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What y'all think about ownership?
I just feel like everybody just turned it like. But when I think about ownership, it's like I said, it's generational wealth. You can turn ownership into something that can be passed down from generation to generation. Like I said, it just depends on how it's treated and how it's well managed. You can have a business that started in 2019 but failed in 2022. Or you can have a business that started in 2019 but just keeps going. Like I said, it's just all just
don't know.
Manage it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a wild card.
Like Mero said, freedom, time. It's a peace of mind to be able to do the things that you want to do.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, you want to own something, whether it's land or a business, just the benefits of being able to pass that down, set your kids, everybody be straight.
All right.
And I feel like you taking ownership of something is like you can have a lot of pride in that as well, because it's like, you worked hard for this and this is all you at the end of it. And it's like, even if you don't have, let's say, all of the information or all the answers in the beginning, it's like down the line, we'll grow into something, that will hopefully pay back,
the investment that you put in to start it. So I definitely feel like it's very important that everybody does that, and it's just like I feel like it's a great move for everybody to make, because it's just like you'll really almost give yourself a pat on the back down the line once you see how things transpire, and even if it didn't turn out to be successful how you wanted, it still was a learning process and experience that I feel like everybody should take in life.
Absolutely. And okay, so since I've been like studying entrepreneurship and like heavily looking into trying to become a full-time entrepreneur, like it's always bugged me how like we have more opportunities now than ever to move full-time in entrepreneurship with the internet and stuff like that. But it still seems like so many people don't like take the opportunity or don't even like have that thought cross their mind to become their own boss. Why do you guys think people are just content with working 9 to 5s and not looking into owning? Like, I'm not even saying you got to leave your 9 to 5, but why not try to like scale something else or like create another stream of income? Why do you think people are so content with just living their 9 to 5s, even if they're like living paycheck to paycheck, not making enough money? Why are they not moving into other areas?
I feel like you go, bro.
Bruce.
I feel like it's like with a lot of people a laziness in a way. Like a lot of people just don't really care about it, and they live, I guess, what you would call a traditional lifestyle, to where the 9 to 5 is all they care about, or not even just care about, but they don't really expand their thinking past that. Like that's, this is how my mom did it all her life, so I'll do it the same way. Maybe I'll have a better paying job, but I don't really look outside into much else, even though I know that there is possible or other ways possible to do it. Another thing too, I just feel like a lot of people aren't aware of like how easy it is to do that and go upon that process. But I feel like that's something that's only getting better with time, because now, we have the internet, everybody has a smartphone on them pretty much nowadays, or access to some type of computer maybe. So it's like, it's easier than ever to do this.
Right.
I think you got to be passionate about like, actually being an entrepreneur. It's not just something that you just want to do one day, and you got to give it 100%.
Absolutely.
And I think also like some people probably don't know where to start.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, like just knowing where to start. And I think a lot of people may not just got that ambition, that fire to just wake up and chase their dreams,
I think that's one of the biggest things, not to cut you off, but just like people being too content, like like you said, not having that fire. Like people get a little bit of money and they just get like comfortable, and they don't, what I'm saying, they don't ever like, they just get stuck at that point, and then time just is passing you by, and before you know, you've been there. And I'm not like talking about people that work 9 to 5s or anything like that. It just always interests me how entrepreneurship is becoming something like being pushed to the forefront even more nowadays, because we have so many opportunities. Like you got YouTube, photography, like just so many different things you could do, and it just seems like people aren't taking those opportunities. So like to the people who are watching, if you have a dream or you got like a passion, this is the time right now to like take this as a sign to jump in, and you'll figure it out as you go.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay to start small.
Right.
Like, you don't, a lot of people see on Instagram of these businesses, they booming and stuff, but they started small at one point. Right. So I think the most important thing is just actually going out there and starting. And, and just keep building up. It's going to take time. It's going to take years. But if you never start, then,
You never tried.
I feel like another reason is fear.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Most people, they, like Keon, Bruce, Steve, everyone was saying everyone was saying is they don't know where to start or how to start. They don't have the proper guidance on how to manage a business, how to run a business, things of that nature. So they just like, if I start this business, I might fail.
Yep.
And when people think of fail, they just like, oh, I'm gonna go broke, might get sued, things of that nature. But in reality, failure is actually a great teacher.
It
is. Like, bro, if you actually failing, that means you trying.
And you're learning.
Yeah, you're learning.
It's about your perspective of failure. You know what I mean? Like, it's, if you look at it as a lesson instead of a loss, then like you said, it's growth to fuel you to your next win. So like Keon said, you're not really failing, you're just learning.
Just learning.
And I feel like another thing too, a lot of people feel that, whatever they're trying to pursue or get into, the market is very oversaturated in that. So like they have to be so good at it, and they hold themselves to almost an unrealistic expectation or standard of it. So that kind of scares them as well. But you still got to just start, man. You still got to record. You still got to get up. You still got to commit and just do it, make it happen. Because I feel like a lot of those people that they're looking up to probably had the same thoughts at a point in time, and then now they're living that lifestyle that this individual wants to live. So it's just like still start it up, man. Like at this point, almost everything is oversaturated. If you look at it in a certain light or perspective, like it's like 7 billion people on the planet. Like I feel like, of course, it's gonna be a lot of people doing the same thing that you're doing, but everybody's unique and different in their own way. So it's like yours will be different than the next person's. But yeah, overall, just start it. Just commit.
So do you guys think like entrepreneurship or like ownership now is kind of like necessary for like our generation? Because like I don't think we can kind of like go through life the way our parents and grandparents did and expect to have a comfortable retirement. I think that we kind of have to shake up the formula and do things a little differently to live a quality life. I don't think the days of like back in the day, like in Detroit, like where we're at, for example, you could like graduate high school and get a job at the factory, and you'd be set. You could stay there, and then retire, get your pension, got a nice house, nice family, and you good. We don't really have those opportunities no more, or they're not available to us as readily as they were back then. So, my point of saying that is I think that the 9 to 5 is just, I'm not gonna say it's becoming like obsolete, because we always need people to work, but like if you just have a future foresight and you're looking ahead, you can see that a lot of these tech industries, these artificial intelligence, these AIs, they're gonna start uprooting a lot of industries. And like you go to Walmart or like a store, you see all the self-checkout stuff like that. Like they're gonna start pushing out jobs and replacing them with AI and have it automated. So if you're not like looking ahead, and you're not in a field like he's going to school for cybersecurity. It's an excellent field, still with technology. If you're not going to school with something like that, or like something in the medical field, maybe you should reconsider what you're doing. And look, because I know a lot of people are pressured to go into college, and it's always not the best investment. I don't want to jump all over the place, but just try to look towards the future and pay attention to the industry you're in right now, and because that job may not be around 5 years from now. So that's something definitely got to keep in mind. Yeah.
I feel like providing a service, like transportation, that's something that's always going to be around.
Yeah.
Like, when people like try to start a business, they might, try to do something that may or may not work out, but it's a lot of businesses out there that you can thrive in by simply providing a service like transportation, trucking, like that's every day.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You go thrive like doing that, and that's not like a big gamble. It's a ton of companies out here that rely on transportation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because people need to get around. People always need to get around.
Yeah.
So I feel like as far as starting a business, though, I'll put it this way: in Michigan, you got to go to Laura.com. I would tell people how to start a business first before I even start talking about a business.
Exactly.
So in Michigan, if you're in Michigan, Laura.com. It'll be a red tab where it says start LLC, or type of business. It's going to ask you the type of business you have, whether it's a corp or LLC, sole proprietorship. Me personally, I would start off with the LLC, then structure it. You can structure your business from LLC to C Corp, S Corp, trust fund, whatever.
How much do these LLCs usually take to start up?
$50.
$50.
$50. Wow.
That's literally it.
That's nothing.
In Michigan, like I said, we're Michigan based. So in Michigan,
Okay, it varies by state.
right, it varies by state.
So what's the benefits of starting up a LLC?
In LLC, you get tax write-offs, of course. Like me personally, I use my business name for everything. Phones. I'm a renter. I'm not gonna lie. I don't own my own home. I rent. That's in my business name. Everything I do is in my LLC.
Nice.
So like I said, tax write-offs. That's the huge thing. Like that's honestly me personally. I feel like that's the only good thing about doing
The
LLC.
LLC,
Right.
the tax write-offs.
So, and you can pass it down. You know, you can't
Right.
you can pass down an LLC. You can't pass down your 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's the greatest benefit of an LLC.
And we're not like telling people to quit their 9 to 5s. I'm just trying to open your mind up and make you think about having other streams of income, because like COVID showed us, these 9 to 5s are not, they're not. They may not be around. A pandemic can happen, something can happen in your industry, and you're out of a job, and you have no backup plan, you have no extra cash. So you got to start thinking long term. Life moves in seasons, things change, and you can't expect things to stay the same forever. Life doesn't work like that. So you always got to be looking ahead, always looking for new opportunities, and always trying to learn more and expand on what you already know. So when I was 18 years old, my father passed away. I moved to Ohio a couple years later, and I really wasn't doing anything, so I was like, okay, I'll go to college. But right after I went to college, I started learning about stocks, and that completely opened my mind up to a whole nother world. I knew nothing about the stock market, nothing about investing. I didn't know anything. I just thought I wasn't doing anything. I wanted to make a career for myself, so I would go to school. And buying that stock market course kind of shifted my mindset. It was like, okay, there's an entire other world out here other than just going to college and getting a job, where I can invest my money. I can make my money work for me. I can own properties. I can do so much stuff. So I kind of just went down a giant rabbit hole, and it was just doing a bunch of research on different things. And that led me to okay, I need to get around like-minded people. So these guys, are all my friends, all people that are doing the same thing I'm doing. So we came together and we started this. So that's kind of just why I decided to go down the road of entrepreneurship and what I'm trying to pursue.
Yeah, I feel like if you go work hard for yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because why spend time building somebody else's dream up instead of working on your own dream? Right. You know what I mean?
When you get home from your 9 to 5, you work on your
Yeah. Stop living for those weekends. Stop chasing those weekends. Stop going home and just
Every day.
yeah, because you're just wasting time, and before you know it, you're gonna have years in that job, and then you're gonna be at a point where it's no point even leaving at that point. You're about to retire, so
Life will pass you by.
you gotta live in the moment. And like Keon said, stay working. Don't go home and watch Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Just waste. I'm not saying don't enjoy your life, but yeah, you should be working on your own projects, because you work hard at work. You work hard for your money.
Yeah.
So investing in yourself so you could take care of yourself later on down the line, because that 9 to 5 you're expendable there. At the end of the day, there's always somebody that can do your job and probably better than you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's always gonna be somebody younger than you, smarter than you in any industry. So you can't never get complacent or content. So yeah. So what made y'all want to,
I feel like you can go, bro.
You go ahead, Bruce. No, you go ahead.
I feel like for me, like I said, I'm a photographer, and that kind of started off on a more lighthearted or silly note. When I was younger, I think it was around the time Instagram first came out, I felt like everybody's photo game was real cool, was real crazy, and I just had a little iPod Touch back then, so my selfies and pictures like that weren't really a good quality. So my grandfather, he's a photographer, and I essentially persuade him to lend me one of his cameras. And I actually was interested in photography as well, but I'm not gonna lie, that was my main reason to jump into it, just so I could kind of get better quality pictures. And at first it was cool, I set the camera up on the tripod, take some shots of myself, get a few hundred likes. That actually meant something to me back then. But then it quickly became empty and boring, and I realized why is this my motivation to do this? I'm I can use this tool that I have right now, and I can make so much more out of it. And that's what I did. So I turned it into a business way back then, because I've been doing photography now for about 6 or 7 years. And at the time, I was also in online school, which I think is funny because I was doing online school before the pandemic. So I don't know, I was kind of already used to that type of learning, but I took an online photography course, and I feel like that helped me in a lot of ways. And I also realized how a lot of people like their photos to be taken. So that showed me that, you know, I could create my own brand by myself in a way, like just with that, you know, single tool. And I feel like over the years, I've definitely evolved and expanded on that, because back then I felt like I reached out to a lot of other photographers who are already successful in that, and they wouldn't really answer my questions or give me the advice I needed, I felt like at the time. But, you know, looking up to this point now, I feel like everything happened how it was supposed to. And now, you know, it's not just the photography I do video work, you know, I do short films, documentary style videos, I stream, like I do a lot of different things now. But it all started from that simple, you know, idea of having that camera. So
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, I think I got into entrepreneurship. You know, my dad told me, like, never break your back for another company. Like,
Right.
just don't. I always had that mindset of just being a boss.
Yeah.
I think it's just something that's just in you.
Yeah.
It's like a mindset thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you don't have that mindset, you can grow into having that mindset.
Yeah, you can develop it over
But
time.
I always been like that since a kid. Like, you know, I like money. I like making money. You know, it's just more logical to, you know, start your own business and just try to make more profit. Like, I'm not really like satisfied with making like a fixed income every month. You know, you work 40 hours, that's all they give you, that's all you make. Like, nah, it's not.
Right.
You know, it's more to that. You know, like, say if you working for a delivery company like Amazon, you know, they paying you what they pay you, and that's all you make for the month.
Right.
But you know you
work
got the
more than-
potential
yeah,
to
you
make
can
more money.
Right.
So,
So why not?
you know, buy your own van, or, you know, do your own deliveries and make more
Run the
money.
whole
You know what I mean?
operation.
So
Smart.
it's just a mindset thing, and
Yeah.
I always had that mindset. So
No, you did.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, for me, like I said, I don't know if you guys read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I'm actually in the process of reading that right now.
So pretty much it was like, and like I said, I don't want to say
Life-changing book.
Exactly, life changing.
Great book.
I'm pretty sure my father's gonna watch this, so no offense, Dad. But my father was pretty much like the poor dad growing up, and my uncle was the rich dad growing up. You know, he was a contractor, licensed contractor, owned multiple rental properties, things of that nature. So I looked up to that. You know, I seen that the freedom he had, he was able to take trips whenever he wanted to, everything. But the downside is I didn't really get to see that side until I got older. Of that side, I just seen work, pretty much. What inspired me to be an entrepreneur is that, like I said, my uncle, contractor, meeting new people every day, opposing to going to my father's 9 to 5 where he's seeing the same people every day. You know, I love people. I love interacting with people, things of that nature. So I started my contractor business because I like being hands-on. I like meeting new people, you know, and when you're a contractor, you actually get to brainstorm. You get to think on new ideas, new designs, and that nature, you know. Falling to my father, like I said, he seen the same people every day, do the same things every day, and eventually that's going to get boring.
Yeah, repetitive.
Right, exactly. Like when you at a factory, I don't want to go to a factory, putting on tires, the same old tires every day. Just picking up, putting on, you know.
Yeah.
That gets boring.
Yeah, it's like robotic. Yeah.
Exactly. So seeing that my uncle had that freedom, you know, that's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. And like Kane Sahada was saying, just I grew up, I love money, you know, I love making money. I love hearing that money machine, man, you know. I love hearing all of that. So, you know, as a kid, that's when I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be an entrepreneur. 'Cause, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have a 9 to 5 now. You know, I have a 9 to 5 and a business. And
I do as well.
I think we all do.
yeah, Absolutely.
I think the 9 to 5 is important because you can still take that money, build yourself up, and invest.
Not to cut you off, but I was just gonna say that, like, just to make it clear, we're not saying to quit the 9 to 5 because, like he said, you can use that 9 to 5 to fund the business. Like, I don't tell people to just quit their 9 to 5 and jump in because you want to have some income coming in case anything happens. But just think long term.
That's how it is for me right now. Like, it's funny that you mentioned Amazon earlier. Like, I work at Amazon right now, and kind of like Vince was saying, like, what I do every day is pretty much very similar to what he just said. Like, I'm not dealing with tires, but it's like I'm dealing with products, and I'm literally just fitting products inside the slots all day. Like, it's very robotic, it's very mind numbing, it's very empty. But while I'm doing that, 10 and a half hour shifts a day, whatever, it's like I have nothing else on my mind but all of my passions. Like, I know why I'm there, and I know what I'm doing and what I'm turning or using all of this money to go towards and build up. So I feel like as long as you don't lose sight and lose focus of what you're really passionate about and the business that you are creating and investing in, I feel like you'll be good in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the 9 to 5 could definitely use to fund that business. Like, don't think you have to quit your 9 to 5 and automatically start up that business. Like, take it slow. It's baby steps. It's progress. But also keep your mind open, and just use that money from that 9 to 5 to fund your other, activities.
And also build up your credit. Take advantage of your credit. Like, you can get loans and everything to start up your business. You just want to take advantage of your credit. I see a lot of people like don't take advantage of credit because they look at it like, I don't want to be in debt. But you can get in
good debt. Yeah. Good. If it's bringing you in cash flow, then it's a pretty good debt.
I feel like
if you got like $20,000-$30,000 saved, you don't want to use that $30,000.
That's all you got.
You want to take their money that you can pay back slowly, and
right? And use it. Yeah, absolutely.
That way, if something do, if it pop, it pop. If it fail, you still got money to pay it back.
Yeah, exactly. You still got that emergency fund.
I feel like most Americans are in debt. Like, it's almost a normalized thing in America. Like, you got your student loans, you got
student loans,
your car loans, your housing loans. It's everywhere.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the average American has close to like 100,000.
Yeah, I think I shared that from that screenshot from that book I was reading, saying it said like 50% of all Americans, or it might be higher than that, are in debt. Like,
so yeah, so the main reason why I want to just become or just just have everything ownership with me is because when I was 20, I would say like 18 to like 23, how your parents just work, go to school, save money, and then it's like as I got older, it's like saving money is not it's not like the road to success, because it's like even if you have like all your money in your savings account, you can lose your money due to inflation. You not really gain no money. Like it's like your money is not working for you. So it's like, man, when I turned 23, I'm like, man, it's like, 2 years, 25, you like, man, you gotta get something shaking. It was me and Steven, we was on our trip in LA, and you had showed me you had just talked about crypto, stocks, and then that just really just engaged me into all right, just to really all right, man, let's do this. So once I really just started investing, it was like crack. It was it's addicting. It changed your whole mindset. It changed your whole mindset about money, just your future. So, and then just buying that and then just seeing your money work for you, without you doing nothing. You can literally just be sleeping and then your money is doubling for you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's is one of the main reasons why that ownership is important, because you want to have your money work for you. It just it's a good feeling, man.
And you made a good point, bro, talking about how you keep your money in the savings account, and how it doesn't do anything. I mean, you should definitely keep some money in your savings account because you need liquid cash that you could pull at all times. Emergency funds, things happen. But when you keep your money in a bank account, it's stagnant. It's not moving. It's not in constant flow. When your money likes to circulate. You should focus on have your money circulate for you and have your money always moving. People that are wealthy, they don't just sit money in one place. They have money in multiple different ventures, and their money is always moving. So yeah, like I said, keep some money in a savings account, but don't keep all your money in a savings account.
Invest.
I think you should definitely invest.
I'd rather just invest.
Bulk of your money.
Invest.
And just invest.
The only way to grow your money.
Absolutely.
Invest.
And you know, an investment is anything.
Yeah,
Starting a business
investment's
is an
anything.
investment. You know,
Yeah.
people, when they think of investment, they think of
Like
like
stocks,
buy a
crypto.
stock. No,
Yeah,
an
nah,
investment
investment
is
is anything,
anything.
yeah.
You know, you buy a course, or you buy something that's helping yourself. That's an investment in yourself. You start a business. You know, I mean, Bruce buying, you know, a new camera is an investment in his business. Like, you know, all these things are investments. So you got to start looking at, okay, how can I invest in myself, and how can I get a nice return on my investment? Instead of just like, I'm going to hoard my money in a savings account, because it's not going to do anything. I mean, you have that money there, but it's not even going to be the same amount of buying power after inflation eats your money
Your
up.
interest that you get like back, you're gonna get like a few cents every year off of that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the interest rate is
Maybe a
ridiculous,
few
you know.
dollars if you like.
And the banks are just using your money to make more money. They're just lending your money out to make more money. So once you start like opening your mind up to how money works, and you start understanding the psychology of money, it's a different ball game.
Yeah,
you know,
it
like
just
Romero
changed
said,
your
it's like it
mind.
gets addicting.
It's like crack.
You know, you
I
have
never
a.
did it, but nah, it's for sure.
I
Different.
find that interesting that you said like I didn't know that you really like got heavily invested in this just on that, you know, that trip a few months ago. Like you haven't been really doing this that long, but talking to you
I've been
about
investing
it,
for a year,
yeah.
only for a year, but like I seen like a nice return,
Right.
and it just like it's addicting, bro.
That's what's up.
It just changed your whole perspective on life, future. Like look, that's right now.
Right.
So it's just
Yeah, and it doesn't take long. You know, like Romero said, look how fast all this has happened. Like, you know, this didn't take long to happen. This all coming together. You know, when you have an idea or you have a dream or a goal or ambition, you just gotta go for it. You know, life is
Keon
too
said,
short for
mindset.
regrets. Right, and it's the mindset. You know,
Like I think like even taking baby steps, like, you know, a lot of people try to be successful overnight, and that's not how it works. You know, things take 6, 7, 10 years, but as long as you start, like that's that's the most important step. So whether it take 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you know, you go accomplish it at one point. And it's gonna feel so fulfilling. Like, for example, like over the years, I've been working on 4 different things, and like at first it felt like it was gonna never come together, but like now everything is like coming together at one time, and it's it feels fulfilling. Like it's just so much excitement built up. You know what I mean? Because it's all coming
that hard work
together.
finally paying off.
I'm just happy I didn't like give up, and I'm happy I just kept going, because like those little steps really add up over the course of years. Like,
so you say consistency
It's just like-
and just keep going.
It's just like compound interest with your money. You know, your money just keeps stacking on top of each other. You keep investing small amounts of money, dollar cost averaging in. And then before you know, you have a full
What's dollar
share.
cost average?
Dollar cost average is basically when you take a stock or a crypto, and let's say like Ethereum is like $1,700 right now.
Okay.
So you put $300 in at $1,700, it drops to $1,300. You put it like $500 in at $1,300.
Right.
You keep buying at different levels until you get a full share.
Nice. Okay.
So it's a good way for people who are trying to invest in like assets that cost a lot of money to
Piece by piece.
right, piece by piece. And it works sometimes because like with something like crypto that's so volatile, Ethereum's constantly bouncing up and down, right?
Yeah.
So you might buy some at 900, buy a little at 1100,
Yeah.
and then goes up to 1500, drops back down to 1300. You just buy at those different levels. So it's a very good way to get entry points in the stocks and crypto and still see a nice return for sure.
but that's like a good comparison of just taking those small steps.
Yeah, the compound
If you
interest.
don't got the whole, if you don't have the whole 1,700 at
once.
that's okay. But
Yeah.
you got 100 here.
That's cool, right? Exactly.
That's cool.
And then before you know it,
Yeah, before you know it.
you done connected the
Right, the
dots.
baby steps is vital.
Yes, it's a
You
cliche.
don't gotta take that big leap. Like, it's hard to take that big leap.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep making those steps.
Those baby
towards it.
steps.
You know, eventually you're gonna get there. It might take a little longer.
And find yourself a group of like-minded people to surround yourself with.
That's important, bro.
That is important. Your circle is everything.
Your environment.
And yeah, your environment, yes. And the people that are around you will either make you get better or make you worse. And you want to make sure you're getting better. And I'm not saying, you know, cut off your friends or anything like that, but just pay attention to the people you're around.
Try to hang around people who doing better than you.
Yeah. You don't want to be the smartest person. in the
Yeah, that's
room.
how you really get
Yeah,
out there. Exactly.
absolutely.
Because it pushes you. You know.
Let go of that ego, drop
And
that
you learn what
pride.
they know. You know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
You, and you learn off them.
Exactly.
I think the most important thing to like being successful
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I was saying, I think the most important thing on being successful is just being able to listen.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta listen, especially like a person who been there, done it already. Been successful. Like just listening to them and not trying to be a know-it-all. You gonna get far because they gonna be willing to teach you, and all you gotta do is just soak in all that game.
Exactly.
And once you know it, you up there.
Exactly.
You up there.
Exactly. That's fact.
Yeah, Keon's right. I think all successful people are really good listeners. I don't think anybody got to the point where they're at not listening to somebody who did it before them. Like Bruce said, success leaves clues, and you have to surround yourself with the people you want to be like, or you aspire to be like, or like these guys who are pushing me to become better, and I'm pushing them to become better.
It's just that motivation that
Yeah,
we
it's that
all need,
motivation.
because
Make
I
a
mean,
tight
like,
circle.
like we all self-motivated, but like if you see somebody, like we all can just lock arms together, bro. If we can lock arms together, like, bro, we're way more powerful
exactly.
than just one
as a
person.
group.
But as a group,
Yep.
we can accomplish way more stuff,
100%.
Yeah, just make sure they all locked in on the same goal.
Same mindset, too.
Same mindset. And
Same path.
And back what he was saying about listening, like you can learn something from literally anybody and everybody. So it's just like, even if it sounds foolish sometimes, just kind of, try to hear what somebody has to say about something, because you might pick up, a new perspective to look at something different, and that's some new insight that you didn't have before, or it might even show you ways to not end up in a predicament that's not really working out for that person.
Yeah.
Right.
You definitely learn about people's failures.
Yeah, avoid the mistakes.
Sure.
Avoid the same mistakes as them. And that's what smart people do. They don't make the same mistakes that their mentors made. You know what I mean? That's what you have a mentor for. So your road is a bit easier. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get to where they want to go, where they're at, and you want your road to be as easy as possible. You know what I mean? So you want a smooth road as possible.
That's the way I view it too. Like I look at it like, so if I want to make $100,000 and somebody is making $100,000 consistently, I'm gonna listen to them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They got the blueprint.
Right.
Why would I want to do it any other way? Why would I want to go out there and try it on my own when I got
This
the
guy,
blueprint
right
here, and they willing to teach me, and all I got to do is just sit back and listen. And it's gonna happen so fast.
It will.
It's gonna be unbelievable because they already doing it. And all you gotta do is sit back and listen. If you ever run into that opportunity, if you ever meet a mentor or a OG or whatever that's willing to teach you,
Yeah, stop trying to do everything by yourself. You need meaningful partnerships. Yes.
You gotta kinda let that
you gotta
pride
have
go.
mentors. Yeah, you gotta let that pride and ego go. There's nothing wrong with having like
A certain level
that
of
strong mindset. But it gets to a point where you need others to be successful. We're social creatures as humans. We like to socialize, and you find people have similar interests as you, and you build something special, like what we got going on right here.
Exactly.
We all want to do a podcast. We all are aspiring business owners.
made it happen.
And we made it happen. And you gotta look at your dreams like that. Nothing is impossible. I ain't trying to sound cliche here, but nothing is out of your reach. You can accomplish anything, but you need the right game plan, and you gotta have a plan for your life too. I seen something on my Instagram. I posted it. Prince Donnell, he's an entrepreneur. He posted it on his story. He said, if you want to become successful as a man, you have to do like the same routine every single day. Right. You gotta find a routine that works for you and stick to it. And I think that's true. And I think I've seen a lot of growth in my life because of that. I wake up at the same time every day. I try to go to sleep at the same time every day. I try to consistently work out. I just try to have good habits, and I stick to them consistently. And I see a lot of results because I don't stray away from what I've created. You know what I'm saying? The setting for my routine, right? My routine I've created for myself.
Like you say, the routine. Like I noticed, like the most successful people that I seen in my life that I was able to witness. They the first ones up and the first ones asleep. And that's every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it don't stop, bro.
It don't stop. They do this every single day, like every time, every single day. First person up, last one to go to sleep. But they hustle, they grind. It don't go unnoticed because
that's why they're at where they're at.
That's their blueprint.
So I think that routine is and everybody's routine is different. I'm not saying you gotta wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like your routine might be different than mine, but you need to find some stuff that you can focus on and do consistently, and they're good habits
That works.
That works for you. That's gonna make you a better person. Everybody's routine is different. We're all different as people, But you got to find what works for you and stick to that. And you'll see massive results fast. You can change your life in a matter of months. It don't take long.
For real.
With concentrated effort.
6 months.
6
I
months.
feel like if you just
can
stay
change,
dedicated,
if you stay
focused,
dedicated for 6 months, you'll see a lot
you'll
of
see
results
some
in
changes
everything.
6 months.
Definitely got to do it every day.
Yeah, it's every day. And you know, it's like it's one of those things where like I don't think people are gonna consistently change like immediately. Like I know for me personally, it took time for me to change my mindset and who I was and what I was trying to do. It didn't happen overnight. But me consistently doing good habits and learning and keeping an open mind eventually led me to the person I am today. So it's a journey. You know, don't beat yourself up if you fail or fall back into old habits. You just gotta keep persevering.
And they say like scientifically too, like once you like pick up a new habit, if you stick with it for 30 days, at that point it's pretty much like
it becomes normal.
subconscious to you at that point, like it's
Rooted in your
instilled into
subconscious.
your habit. So yeah,
Last but not least, I think I was talking to Steve about it, and I think like success, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, all about money. Like you could be a successful parent, you know, you could successful workout trainer, whatever. Like whatever makes you happy, you know, I think you should do. You know, it's not all about money. And
it's a different definition for everybody.
Yeah. You can be like successful at whatever you want to be. It doesn't necessarily have to involve money.
Yeah, so I know a lot of successful people who houses now in foreclosure. So,
Success shouldn't like we kind of generally define it by money in society, but success shouldn't be defined by money. It should be defined by like I really think it should be defined by how the people you care about view you as a person. Yeah. I think that's what success really is, right? Because like
I think it's like self-fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a very good point as well. I do agree with that. It is self-fulfillment.
It's like how you feel at the end of the day.
Yeah, about yourself. That is true though, because you don't need a lot of money to go to sleep happy and proud of yourself. Everybody is different. You know what I mean? Everybody don't need a 100,000 in the bank to go to sleep happy.
Right. Like you know, depending on your situation too. Like if you was able to, you know, it just really depends on your situation.
and
I feel like, not to cut you off, but you know, I feel like if a person was in a tough situation and now they got a car, a house, a job that pay well, you know, that could be that's success to them.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
If they
That they was able to pull themselves out of that situation. Yeah, right.
That may just be what they, you know,
That's their definition of success, right? And then a mother's definition of success would just be raising 2 children, you know, and making them into nice young men and women.
Right.
A father's success can be raising his son to be a great man.
Yeah, that's success.
So yeah, it's your definition of what success is, but you have to define it for yourself and stick to it. Because it's different for everybody. We're all individuals, but you got to find like what your success is. What does it mean to you to be successful?
You know, I think it's just, you know, fulfilling your goals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's just your goals. Whatever goal you write down and, you know,
Sticking to
fulfill
that.
it.
That's what they say. Success is a mentality.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like a thing that you reach and then it's game over. Like you're
Right.
done. Like that's it. Like it's a mentality.
Yeah, you gotta keep going.
Yeah, and touching on that point, I think like people view the journey like that. Like once I get to this point of money, or I get like this girl, or I get this car, it's like I'm gonna be good. And it's like the journey never ends, bro. It never ends. It's always gonna be something else you want. Like if you view life like that, there's always gonna be something else you're gonna be striving at.
Because we're humans and we're always growing.
Until you're dead, really, honestly. Because you're always gonna be trying to become better. I mean, you can never say like, oh, I'm gonna make $100,000. I'm gonna be good. Then you're gonna want 250,000. Then you're gonna want like it's always gonna be something bigger and better.
Exactly.
So the journey does never end. You always gotta be pushing yourself to new limits and trying to become better.
Because as a man, I feel like as you grow older, like you it's new stages in your life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like
New experiences.
right now, like our stage is trying to build wealth, and then like our next stage is like family foundation.
Right? Yeah.
And then like the next stage after that is like our kids, you know, like our
Right.
future for
Making
our
sure their
kids.
lives are okay.
Yeah, like I feel like, you know, as a man, you know, like the goal is like
It's always shifting.
Yeah,
it's always
it's always
changing.
shifting.
Yeah, the goalpost is always like shifting as a man.
you
I
should
feel
never be
like.
I'm done, I made it.
Yeah, I agree. Because then you just
Stagnant.
Yeah, you're stagnant.
And if you're stagnant, then you
just really
you're
declining.
lost.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you're just
that's the
declining.
problem, like in the black community as well, though. You know, like growing up, we all my parents, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know my parents told me like, well, success. You know, if you want to be successful, you got to go to school. You know,
Exactly.
go to college, be a doctor, make this much amount a year, and things like that. Like, is that really success though?
Right.
You know, like maybe that's success in your eyes,
Right. But is
in
it
my
success for
eyes,
me
that's
though?
not success for me. You know, that's slavery to me. If you want to know the truth, like I don't want to go to school for 8 years just to make 100,000.
And you paying off all
Like,
these debt.
You gotta pay that back.
Exactly. So I just feel like it just depends on what your definition of success is and the type of household you grew up in too as well.
And I think we need to normalize people not going to college. Like I feel like, and it's nobody's fault because it's just like a stigma in society. But it's like I felt praise for this too. It's like everybody believes like go to college, you get a job, you're okay, you're set. The world don't work like that.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work like that. You're not.
Most of my friends that have graduated from college, they're still struggling.
They still,
now
like-
to find jobs. In
Yeah, I feel like if you
path.
go to college, you gotta choose a field that's like booming.
Don't be peer
Technology.
pressuring to go into college. I feel like that's the biggest problem. Cause like I felt my mom said like my family they didn't do it on purpose, but just like inadvertently they kind of peer pressured me to go in. And I don't regret going, but I feel like a lot of people are peer pressuring to going. They don't actually want to go, but they feel like they need to go to make their family proud, or they feel like they need to go because they don't know what direction their life is going in.
Well, you know, I'm not a parent. I don't got no kids yet, but I think they push you to go to college because they just want to see.
No, they just want the best for you. Yeah, that's all they know. It's not nothing malicious. I don't think.
After
Right.
high school, they just don't want you to end up being a bum.
Right.
That's what it is. You know, they want you to be in a good environment.
Yeah, they want the best for
Yeah,
you.
not only that, honestly, if you want to know the truth, me personally, this is my personal point of view. I feel like the reason why black parents want us to go to college is because, like, back then, black people weren't allowed to go to college.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
So they just like, oh wait, now you can go to college. Like black
Right.
people
Why
can go to
not
college
go to
now. So
college?
you like,
Yeah.
yo, but it's just like,
Well, you know, I feel like we gotta appreciate those opportunities too. Like we gotta look at it from they probably.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now they
absolutely.
like, come on, go to
Yeah.
college. You know, we didn't get that.
They didn't have the opportunity. Yeah, I agree with that.
agree
And
with
like I said, man, I wouldn't change anything. Like I would still go back. I mean, I'm in college right now, but if I could do it all over again, I would still go
What's
because
your major?
radiography going to be an MRI tech.
But you know, I mean, like I said, I'm a semester away from graduating. Do I regret like the decisions? No, like I'm actually happy I'm finishing college because
Nice.
at the end of the day, you know, that's just another field. Another field. You know, make more money.
It's a
out
nice
of.
backup plan.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
if your
it's
business
cool
don't go through.
Yeah. Like you want to have something to fall on.
Yeah, you want to have a
For
solid
sure.
foundation. That's what my mom always told me.
Yeah,
Have a
like-
solid foundation.
Yeah, you definitely want something to fall on. So it's not a
Yeah, I
bad
feel like
investment.
school is good, but it shouldn't be like.
I just feel like the school curriculum is just so outdated.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah,
I think
it
it's
shouldn't be
outdated.
forced.
Everybody learns different. That's
Yeah,
the
that
American
is true.
And like what Keon said, just go in the field that's gonna make money.
Yeah.
I'm not down in anybody else.
No,
field.
yeah,
Like,
but
I'm not
for real,
gonna
don't
say
go to
a
school for
field.
4 years to make 40 or 50,000. Like that just don't make no sense.
Yeah,
bro.
like
It just
yeah.
But
the ROI just ain't that good.
back to what you said earlier about the
Well, yeah, that's
success,
true, though. Yeah,
everybody
that's true.
cares.
Yeah,
Like,
if you
that's
really
what
like
you're
that
passionate
field,
about,
right? No,
you
yeah,
need to
absolutely.
get a degree to, actually pursue that. Go for it.
Right.
But if you're getting forced to do it almost, and you actually made the commitment, at least try to choose something that will be a return on that investment.
But
You know?
I feel like school, I feel like it's still important because, like most good jobs, it's gonna require some type of skill set or degree.
Right.
Unless you find a way to provide a service that everybody need, you'll need like a certain skill set or degree.
Well, I think that we should put more emphasis on skill sets than degrees, honestly. I think going to trades, I mean, it's just so easy to get certificates and trades now.
Especially now, you got like Skillshare and like
Exactly.
online,
And
online
they got like
courses.
Google certificates too, right? You could get like a Google certificate and do different things.
So really no excuses.
No, it never was no excuses, bro. it never was no
skill
excuses.
set or degree. Those two you can't.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with that
But
for
if you
sure.
don't have neither, then
You in trouble.
yeah, you're in trouble.
You got to learn how to do something exceptionally well, and it can be anything.
Anything.
Public speaking. If you're, and you got to kind of like move towards your strengths. You know what I mean? Like,
everybody
think
got a
about everybody
strength.
has something they don't mind, or like something they're naturally talented at. You got to kind of find something that kind of comes effortlessly to you, and try to move in that direction. I think that's what I would do. That's what I'm trying to do at least.
Like Steve Harvey said, your gift is something that you do without the least amount of effort.
Right.
So I feel like if people was just focused more on their gift opposed to what their parents or whatever they think is best for them, then I feel like it'd be a lot easier.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that like also focusing on just giving back to people and providing people with a good service instead of focusing on making money is the way to create wealth for yourself. Just focus on giving back. That's what we're trying to do here. We just want to give back to the community and just try to help people learn about money and learn about the finances. And I think that's the best way to build wealth, honestly. Because I think people could tell when you have genuine energy and we're not just looking for a dollar.
Yeah.
And people want to help people like that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I think that, you know, and the world needs people like that. We need people that aren't just out for themselves all the time and actually want to help other people. That's how we become better collectively. So
Absolutely.
I think it's important for us to all try to give back to the community in different ways, you know.
Exactly.
100%.
And yeah, so
Yeah, I
I
think
think that's a wrap.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I already said everything off my chest today.
All right, well,
All right.
we gonna wrap it up.
That was episode 1.
Yeah, episode
Check
1 in
me
the
out.
books. In the books.
Check us out on our social medias. I'm on Instagram at BC2Prod. BC, the number 2, PROD.
I am the only Steve, the only ONLY Steve, STEVE.
You can follow me on Instagram at Keon100K, KEON100K. Just hit me up.
And you can follow me on Instagram at _VinceB. That's _VINCEB. And feel free to DM me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything. I'm more than welcome to answer those.
So my Instagram name is Romero__1. So that's ROMERO and then __1. Yeah, you can feel free to DM me or any other of my boys. We'll be more than happy to help you. We want to see you guys successful, so this is why we're making this. So let's do this.
Like they said, man, we want to give back to you guys as much as possible. So please feel free to leave us any comments, any questions. Leave us a like and review if you'd be so kind. And thank you for giving us your time today. We really appreciate it.
Take
See you
care.
next time.
That's a wrap.